Welcome to iDoRecall. I'm David Handel, CEO, and I'm going to show you the major features that will help you become a much more successful student. More detailed help is built into iDoRecall, but I suggest that you hang with me for a few minutes so that I can make you an immediate power user. Currently, iDoRecall only works on your computer's browser, but soon it will work on mobile browsers too. You can mouse over all of the major UI elements and learn how to use them. We also have a Learn iDR page where you can see this and other helpful videos. There you will find the latest version of the iDoRecall Quick Start Guide, which you can download. iDoRecall has a few major sections. Recalls contains a list of all of your digital flashcards. We call our flashcards recalls. They are unique because they leverage cognitive psychology's two most proven strategies for successful learning: retrieval practice and spaced repetition. Retrieval practice, spaced over time, is the one-two punch that will make you a super learner. Recalls can be linked to the exact spot in your learning materials where you encountered the concept or fact that is the subject of your flashcard. That link enables you to quickly refresh your memory if you forgot the answer when you practice retrieval of that concept or fact in practice mode. A recall has a simple structure with question and answer fields. The Q&A fields both have rich text editing available, the ability to add beautifully presented formulae using LaTeX, and even images. Here you can add one or more tags. If you're a student, we highly recommend that you tag each recall with the name of its associated course. That will enable you to quickly find all of the recalls for a course and perform one of several available bulk actions, such as taking them all into practice mode. This is the source link that ties a recall to the source where you learned it. You can create a recall here in Recalls mode, although it won't be linked to one of the files in your library. You can paste in a URL of a web page relevant to that recall. Then when you practice it, if you forget the answer, you can click the source link to open the URL in another browser tab. iDoRecall has a helpful search bar. You can search by the text in a question or answer field, or search by one or more tags. You can even search by a combination of tags and text. You can sort your search results. Read this blurb behind the question mark to learn how these sorting functions are useful. You can select recalls by their icons and perform bulk actions. You can take the selection group into practice. You can delete the group. You can add tags to the group or remove them. You can snooze them to a later date so that iDoRecall's spaced repetition algorithm won't schedule them for retrieval practice until that date. We have a very helpful video about snoozing on the Learn iDR page. You can edit any recall in your list by clicking on it. You can delete it by clicking the trash can. Besides creating recalls from scratch, you can import flashcards from many third-party sources such as Quizlet and Anki. We have a very helpful video about importing flashcards on the Learn iDR page. Every day, the iDoRecall spaced repetition algorithm will schedule a small subset of your recalls for retrieval practice. Click here to practice them. Read the question and think of the answer. Optionally, you can type the answer in here. Never go to check the answer until you have done your best to think of it or admitted to yourself that you don't recall. Even a failure at retrieval will help you remember better the next time. Click here to see the answer. If you have struggled with the retrieval and there is a source link, click it to see the source at the exact spot where you created the recall. Refresh your memory and quickly get back to your practice session. When you're finished, give yourself a star rating. 1 star means that you had 0 recall. 5 stars is perfect recall. For best results from the iDoRecall spacing algorithm, be sure to use the full range of stars and also be honest with yourself and consistent in your grading habits. Now let's look at the library. Here you'll find all of the learning materials you've uploaded to your iDoRecall account. You can upload Word files, PowerPoints, PDFs, and images. In a practical sense, this means that you can upload class notes, whether they're typed or handwritten, in which case you can upload scans of them or cell phone photos. You can upload handouts and PDFs of all kinds. You can upload your professor's slides and screen grabs of ebooks or photos of physical books. You can even add videos from sites like YouTube and audios from SoundCloud to your library. When you first upload a file, you'll be shown this metadata form where you can change the name of the content, tag it, perhaps with the name of one of your courses, or set a custom deadline for when you plan to finish processing it. By processing, I mean reading it in iDoRecall and creating all of its linked recalls. When you have finished processing a file, mark it as processed, and it will be pushed to the bottom of your library list. This list is sorted by due dates with the most urgent at the top. You can edit the metadata for a file at any time. You can mark it as processed. You can delete it. Click to open a file. It will appear in the iDoRecall document viewer. You should get in the habit of uploading all of your educational files to iDoRecall because here you can save a lot of study time by reading them only once. When you read them, make a recall for any fact or concept that you want to remember. Then, instead of employing the marginally effective and time-wasting habits of highlighting and rereading, practice retrieval of the things you've learned and you'll build robust recall ability. The toolbar at the top of the document viewer has a lot of features besides the 3 primary tools for creating linked recalls. To learn about the toolbar, check out this video on the Learn IDR page. You can get to your profile page by clicking your avatar. Here you'll find subpages for managing your account, subscribing for our affordable paid plan once your 30-day free trial ends, and enabling browser notifications and daily reminder emails to help you keep on top of your work. So that's a solid introduction to iDoRecall. Reach out to me for help at any time by clicking here. Good luck with your studies and let us know how you're doing.